cool. And we're live. We have a launcher. Cool. All right. All righty. Guess we're coming through. It's extremely warm out. I have my overhead light on and my windows, obviously, shades obviously open because it's freaking boiling hot as hell outside. But welcome everybody to the worst podcast ever. Hey, Crown, how you doing? Tonight we are talking about the weirdest anime series. I'm trying to get the post up on the Web Designer 18 Facebook page, but it's not going very well. It's going slow. I know I'm like way early for this, but to be fair, I was late. The 1 week I was late, and this way I am on time for freaking once. I'm on time. So that's a good thing. But yeah, it's been a long week. I'm working on processing a video for my other YouTube channel, which I have to kind of give a little bit of love and pitch here, because if you want to see me be really bad at video games, and I mean like god awful horrible, I do have another channel where I've been uploading gameplay videos. Go check it out. It's my Jessica Charms YouTube channel. I have been doing a daily vlog over there pretty much every night for the last, I think it'll be 2 weeks come tomorrow, be like the 2-week mark. Yeah, I've been playing Golden Sun recently. I do have a couple other videos over there, but yeah, I've been playing Golden Sun. I've been working on putting that up. I'm currently in the process of shrinking down what was essentially like a 1 or 2 gig file. Shrinking that down. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, because if you want to see me be really bad at games, go check out that channel. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing Golden Sun. I just recorded parts 8 and 9 last night, trying to keep them at about an hour to an hour and a half each. And I royally f***ed up with part 9, because part 9 is almost 3 freaking hours. Unless I decide to not shove it into Handbrake, put it over into my movie program, split it, and do a to be continued, which I'm kind of thinking to do. Like, look at the part and go to be continued, and just split it into 2 parts. It's just kind of my plan at this point. I might actually do that. I don't know yet. It'll be funny though if I do that. I'll probably get probably won't get as many views. I don't think anybody really watches my stuff, but I could probably put it in the media maker too and do that. But yeah, the video's fucking long. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's freaking long. It is almost 3 hours. So if I can shrink that baby down, I would greatly appreciate that. If I can get that shrunk down, that'd be great. But yeah, this week we are talking about good stuff. All right, it's finally up on the Facebook page. So we are talking about weirdest anime series, because I ran a poll last week that went from Saturday to Thursday night. So we're talking weird anime series this week. I have a couple of them, but I'm curious what you, the fans out there, have as well, because I mean, I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you. I do have some weird Otaku shit. So I definitely want to know what your thoughts are in regards to weird anime series. So let's get that going. But there are a couple that immediately come to my mind as weird. There's one that I am planning to do a review on for the Anime GBU, because I'm going to be bringing that back. I am planning to do a review on it. It is Battle Programmer Shirane. I don't remember doing it for the GBU the last time, and I remember it being on my list to do this time, and that thing is just a freaking shit show. I'm not just going with weird moments. I'm going with weird series in general, like a series that from start to finish just felt so out of place in the anime world. there are gonna be anime that have weird moments. Yeah, it's the weirdness and the complexity that makes it unique. No, I'm talking full on weird as hell moments. Like 100%, you got these like whole weird anime series, not just moments, just a whole weird series for an anime. Like I got Battle Programmer Shirine, Yamada's First Time, the Melancholy of Haruhi Shizumiya. While it's entertaining, it is weird. I won't lie about that. But there is so many others that qualify as a weird anime series, and not a lot of people get that. And a lot of people think I'm crazy when I say, "Oh, but there's a weird anime series." No, it's not that weird. No, 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 it's weird. There's weird series out there. It's strange and unusual, but it's weird. So that's what we're going with today. But yeah, like I said, I do have a couple off the top of my head. I would have to look up a few more, but there are a couple off the top of my head that definitely scream weird as anime series. And they are anime. And I got a lot of these courtesy of Anime Abandoned. So thank you, Bennett the Sage. You do the Lord's work there. You watch the shit so that we don't have to deal with it. You do the Lord's work. you do the Lord's work there, man. You do the Lord's work. But yeah, so there is just a lot of weird anime series out there. And one of the weirder ones that I came across is, like I said, Battle Programmer Shirine. Morning, Optimus. Well, it's evening for me actually. It's 6:55 p.m. for me. And you really can't tell. I mean, happily, my light just completely gets obliterated. There's the refresh rate, but that's my window. And you can't see anything past that window. But yeah, it's more or less evening for me. But this week's topic is weird anime series, or the weirdest anime series. And I'm talking about Battle Programmer Shirine right now. If you've ever seen it, it is honestly, God, it is one of the stupidest series you're ever gonna catch ever. It's split into 3 10-minute segments. Sometimes it was like 2 10-minute segments. There was a couple episodes, but one of them I swear was like 3. But they're split into segments. They're only like 10 minutes each. And oh God, it is just so freaking insane how stupid it is. You have a character that he is apparently this super genius, and he can basically take on computer hackers from cell phones, for God's sake. And I'm just like, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. But they always catch him in this weird moment with his cousin who claims that she's like a younger sister to him. Oh God, it's just so freaking weird. Every time he'll have this person that'll come by his apartment, and the guy doesn't take money. Like, he could do these jobs. He does not take money. His payment, he wants old computer parts, like old school computer shit. So every time somebody has this major job will come by his apartment, and him and his cousin are usually in this weird, awkward situation that there's an actual sense of how in the hell they got into this situation. One time she actually did trip onto him. He tried to catch her. There was a one where she actually fell, and he again tried to catch her, but it didn't happen. There was once when she was trying to wake him up because he was sound asleep. But yeah, there's just weird stuff. And then they always think there's like, oh, this guy's a pedophile. He's screwing minors. Oh God, I can't handle this. I can't have that. So it's like, if I interact with this guy, my reputation will be ruined. And they go through this entire ordeal in their head, and they immediately turn around and go, I didn't see a thing. And she's walking right past him out the door. It's like, bye. I'm just like, yeah, can I leave too? This is a stupid series. I don't even think I finished it. But yeah. You witnessed Kamikatsu. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you for that. You witnessed I am so sorry. I am. I'm so sorry for that. You witnessed that. Oh my God, that is horrible. That's horrifying. Oh God. Oh, I mean, there's like weird old school ones. And a lot of them, like I said, were covered by Bennett the Sage over on Anime Abandoned. So if you really want a really good in-depth amount of weird ass anime, go watch his channel. Go check it out. He does have some weird ones, but he also has some good ones, some nice ones. But oh yeah, no, there are some weird shit out there. But Battle Programmer Shirane, for me, is a guaranteed 100% avoid this thing like the plague. This is I think it's like 13 episodes, but it is 13 episodes, or no, I don't remember. I know it's like at least like 13 or 14 episodes, but it is not worth your time or goddamn effort to watch. Like I said, the episodes are split into 10-minute segments. And at first I thought maybe it was just somebody uploading it in like 10-minute spots for YouTube, to get around content ID claims and stuff like that. No, I looked it up. They are split they are 10-minute episodes each. Each episode is split into like 1 to 3 10-minute parts. And I'm just like, the fuck? It's stupid. It's stupid beyond stupid. And it pisses me off. It's one of those few series that you watch it and you feel your brain cells start to deteriorate and die. But another one that I came across that definitely qualifies, at least for me, as a weird ass anime series has got to be Yamada's First Time. And this one, oh my God. This one has a premise that you are never going to guess. And I honestly want the two of you to guess this one. I would like the two of you to guess this one, because you are never going to get what the premise of this is based off of that title alone. The title is Yamada's First Time. Go. I want you to guess what do you think the plot is of that? I'm curious if you're going to get it. I'm honestly curious. As I fix my necklace here, because I'll give the two of you a chance to figure it out. Okay, Crown's guessing sex. Optimus, what are you thinking? The name of the series is Yamada's First Time. Okay, well, out of the two of you, Crown actually got it right. It is the plot of Yamada's First Time is about a girl named Yamada wanting to lose her virginity. And I swear, at first I thought it was a hentai because I saw it up at Best Buy years ago. I thought it was a hentai series. I'm like, whoa, Best Buy selling hentai. All right, now we're talking. No, it's an actual anime. It's rated 16 up, so it qualifies as an anime. And I'm just scratching my head going to fuck. I would have rather it been yours, Optimus, to be honest with you, but it wasn't. It was, yeah. So the entire plot of it is the girl's name is Yamada, and she wants to lose her virginity. That is her entire goal, is to lose her virginity, and she wants to give it to somebody. That's the entire plot of the series, the whole thing. And I'm just like, I haven't even watched it. I know that it's weird. It's just why, but it exists. And that is one of the weirdest episodes. It's one of the weirdest anime series I've ever come across. Ever in my life, actually. It is just so weird. But no, yours actually, your idea for a plot does sound a lot better, though, Optimus. I will give you that. But I wish that's what it was. I wish that's what it was. That would make much more sense than what we got. But no, it is about it is about a girl named Yamada wanting to lose her virginity. It is just the dumbest thing you could ever imagine. But and those are just the two, like I said, that were right off the top of my head, was Yamada's First Time and Battle Programmer Shirane. Because Battle Programmer Shirane royally pissed me off, and it did so massively. This one, I made a joke about it. When I used to do comedy on YouTube, I actually did a joke about it. And I said how it strikes me as stupid that there's an anime series that's a lot better. Sorry, I gotten some of these like dog tag chains, and I was fixing up my one necklace for it. So it's glitched there a little bit. Come on, computer, you can do it. I know it's warm in here, but you're not that bad. But yeah, nope, that is the literal plot. Is it's basically her first time. She wants to lose her virginity. It is the stupid, and they were selling it for like I think $50. They were selling it for $50. But I wanted to check. I wanted to check Google, see if there are any other weird anime series. And I am trying to figure out a way to get OBS Studios to work for this, so that I can actually get, like, if I have to look something up, so that everybody can see it. I'm working on it. I'm not fluent in OBS yet. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. My mom just kind of was nice to let me know there might be some fireworks tonight. Great. Freaking again. Last Saturday, we had the neighbors over here at the end of the freaking block doing fireworks. So now they might be doing more fireworks. So goody. Just what I freaking need to hear tonight is explosions and other weird shit going on. It's not the 4th of July anymore, assholes. But yeah, no, I agree with you there, Optimus. I would rather spend $50 on food. In fact, to be $50 would pretty much cover what my entire grocery bill was this week. I only spent about $60 on groceries this week, about $20-ish at the Dollar Tree, and well, then again, I also got a couple other things at the Dollar Tree too, but about $20-ish at the Dollar Tree and about 40-ish bucks at Walmart. So about $60 for groceries this week, which was not bad. I was actually pleasantly shocked by how cheap I managed to get groceries this week. Then again, I only have to work 3 days this coming week, so I'm actually happy about that. I get a day off. Just saying it just saying it again makes me happy. Though I have to set up a way so I can check my schedule now, because the company I work for changed up everything. Pricks. But yeah, no, I'd rather spend $50 on essential items and not that either. So you're not alone. But there's a lot of other anime series that are just weird and unusual. But if we want to go with like really weird ones, let's go with Space Dandy. Let's seriously go with that. How about Space Dandy? Anybody remember that show? The show that we here in the States got the dub premiere first, and it was just weird as hell. They killed everybody off at the end of It Rings a Bell. Yeah, they killed everybody off in the first episode, and then brought everybody back for the next one. It got 2 seasons. If you ask me, it was 1 season too many. That should have been a 1 season show. It should have been a 1 season and done show. Hell, it could have just been a 3 episode OV fucking A. If you want my unbiased opinion on it, but oh my god, it was stupid. Because you heard Space Dandy, and I'm thinking, okay, it's a better updated version of, like, let's say Cowboy Bebop. I thought this was gonna be really cool. They were, saying, hey, it's in space. They're bounty hunters in a way. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really kick-ass. No, they go around, they hunt aliens that have yet to be categorized, bring them to an office to get categorized, and they get paid about it. Wow. The whole time there's this war going on between these two empires. Dandy is apparently the, I guess, the second coming of Space Jesus. I don't, I don't know how to explain the final season. I don't even know how to explain the first season. Basically, he travels around the entire galaxy in his ship, the Dandy. Great. At least I'm pretty sure that's what the damn thing was called. But he travels it with his little vacuum cleaner robot and this cat thing that he thought was an alien that is actually categorized. But yeah, it's weird as hell. Dumb as fuck. There was an episode where they all got turned into zombies. that was fun. Like I said, the original first episode where they were stuck in their teleporter for 30 minutes. They're stuck there as it's warming up to teleport them. Then they get down to the planet and it's like, oh, great. Yeah, it was just freaking fun. But they killed everybody off the first episode, brought everybody back for the second episode, and we're just going through this entire string of crap. He would go to this, I guess you want to call it like what is essentially a space Applebee's, but it was called Boobies. Like that was literally the joke. It was called Boobies. It was like Space Hooters, I guess. He was a frequent customer there. There was a waitress that he had a massive crush on. She came back in the final episode of the series, but the whole thing just basically pulled a 180 on itself and just reset everything. But it almost made him like he's the second coming of Space Jesus. It was just the stupidest thing. I mean, now I know we have some weird stuff that came out of Japan. We had a Kamen Rider series where you basically had Fruit Jesus. That was Kamen Rider Gaim. But for the love of everything, you have Space Jesus here with a Space Dandy. It was, what the fuck? It was a WTF was I watching? But, oh, that was Toonami at its finest, though. But, yeah, that was Space Dandy. Came out. Yeah, this fashionable space explorer on the hunt for aliens that have never been seen previously. For every new species Dandy discovers, he gets a significant reward. But he's not the only one searching for the aliens, and he's also he is the worst at his job. But oh God, no, it's idiotic and stupid. But if you want a worse ones, I'm looking at my list here. I just Googled weirdest anime series, and Google's thing pulled up a whole bunch. And yep, these are ones that I had not remembered, and now they're suddenly popping into my head. How about Bo 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 Bo? Another Toonami staple from the olden days. Okay, yeah, now this guy's getting nasty. Well, I should probably stop the fireworks, I guess. But yeah, how about Bo 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 Bo? Anybody remember that show? Lord Baldy, who wants everybody to be bald, his hair cutting gang that goes around and makes everybody bald. And then you have the guy that tries to defend everybody with his quote, fist of the nose hair. Big ass yellow afro, horrible looking graphics. He's got a gelatin comrade that he fights with, a little sunball that he fights with, a girl with pink hair, and a guy that fights with farts. That is the series. That is Bo 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 Bo. If anybody out there actually remembers that, I will be terrified if anyone remembers Bo Bo Bo. Please don't tell me anybody remembers Bo Bo Bo. Please say that you don't remember it, that you slept on it, because I would appreciate that. It is dumb. It is a stupid series. It's Bo 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 Bo. It's just like flat out weird as hell, but it's not. I mean, it's not good. It's really not. I remember it being on Toonami for the longest time. And I like how people go, it's really good. It's weird. It uses puns and a whole bunch of other stuff. It is not good. I actually do not like it. I did not appreciate it. I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world. Crown, you are lucky if you've never heard of it. You are lucky. You are lucky that you have never heard of Bo Bo Bo. I'm gonna have to add that to my anime GBU list that I have to rip apart. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I have nothing good to say about that other than it ends. That's about the best thing I can say about it. It ends. If you're watching this, you're subjugated to it for about 21 minutes and it ends. That's the best thing I can say about Bo Bo Bo. It does end. It does. It ends. It at least has the decency to fucking end. Unlike a lot of other shows, it ends. It does end. There's an ending to it. But yes, it's Bo 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 Bo. It's the dumbest thing you're ever gonna see in your life. And believe me, I say that massively. It is dumb. It is just so freaking weird. But oh God. But that's another one. The list that they have on here has Death Note. I'm gonna agree with Death Note on this one. While I'm not gonna lie, Death Note is a classic at this point, and it's synonymous with a lot of really bad things here in the States, including if you ever have anybody that has a bunch of names written in a notebook, chances are they're going to be visiting the school psychiatrist because they're going to go, oh my God, they're into that Death Note thing. Because it was a huge back in 07. And even in like 08, it was huge where kids were being sent to psychologists, the school shrinks and guidance counselors were trying to help them because they're writing down people's names in their notebook. And they're like, well, what is this? Oh, it's a Death Note. What the hell's a Death Note? And they think that they're going to go Columbine on their butts. And all of a sudden, that literally freaked out. Yeah, well, this guy is getting nasty. That just like freaked out a whole bunch of parents. I'm guessing it's weird from the concept of, and this is honestly my guess, I'm assuming it's weird from the concept of you write the person's name in a book and they die. You can write down the circumstances. So long as it's feasibly possible, they die. I'm going with how's it weird is probably just it's different from what you would normally expect an anime to be. You have different genres of anime, obviously. You have slice of life genre, you have comedy, you have action adventure, you have science fiction, and then you have horror. This qualifies to me as horror, but for a lot of other people, it might qualify as, hey, this is just plain weird. And there are probably a lot of people that could not get into Death Note. I watched it. I owned the series on DVD, slowly got rid of it. But as far as liking it, I have stood by this. I've stood by this, and I will die on this hill. And that is, yeah. I just keep looking out at the sky here because it got real dark real quick. So cool. But I will die on this hill that I swear, in regards to how Death Note is, you should only watch it after you have, let's say, 5 or 6 other series under your belt. That's when you should watch Death Note. How's it weird is, like I said, it's out of the normal that you would expect for a shonen series. You would expect Shonen Jump or shonen series to be more action oriented. This one's more mind fuckery. So I'm assuming that's right. But yeah, like I said, I'll literally show it. All I did was just type in weird anime series, and that's the list I'm getting here. So don't shoot me. I'm just going off of it. I mean, I'm not denying any of it. I'm not denying. I won't lie about Totally On. Dead Man Wonderland is more of a gore fest, in my opinion, because they're using blood as weapon. So the entire plot of it is this kid gets sent to jail. So this, and by the way, YouTube, I do have shorts on underneath, so can't yell at me for that saying I'm flashing anybody. So it's weird from this concept. So for manslaughter of his entire fucking class, because he's the only one that survived. Whereas the explosion, if you look at this, and if the investigators would have actually done their fucking jobs, came from the outside. As you can tell, the glass was shattered inward. If this would have been an inside job, it would have shattered outside. So first off, whoever investigated this was on a payroll, somebody's payroll, or just was hushed very fast because they wanted this kid to go to jail. A amusement park for criminals. It's a criminal amusement park, and the amusement is for everybody else. These criminals are trying to earn freedom, basically, all their freedom to live another day. They earn a candy that they can take because they're strapped with a collar around their neck that will kill them. It's injected a poison into them. They're incompetent. Let's go with that. They're fucking incompetent. Because, all right, so the whole thing happened. There's this, he's in his classroom. All his classmates are talking about their upcoming school trip. And all of a sudden, they all look out, and this figure in red just shows up. A bunch of these, like, hexagonal things are floating around him. Like, literally 2 solid stripes of them just floating around him. And then just shatters the windows. Massacres the entire class. And because he was somewhat still conscious, he's witnessed him for it. The parents of the children that him. The one dad of the girl that was in his class that he kind of had a crush on, he's blaming him. In fact, to be before he's sentenced for this, before he's even sentenced to go to the freaking amusement park from hell, he writes a letter to the girl's father apologizing, and then is sentenced to Dead Man Wonderland, which is a freaking amusement park prison. Yeah, no, because that was what got me. Just blows the wall. But yeah, that's a horror anime. But I will admit it is weird from the plot alone. The premise of the plot definitely makes that thing 100% strange, because or that building. Now, if they were on the first floor, okay, first floor, I might buy had an accomplice. First floor, I'd say maybe he had an accomplice. They're on like the second, third, or fourth floor. They are high up in the fucking building. I'm going to say like third or fourth, because I'm not sure. But it's tonight. Right now, I'm ripping Dead Man Wonderland, a new one. But they're up on like the third or fourth floor. And meaning that it happened from the outside in. If you smash glass, and this is true, if you ever smash glass, the glass will go in the direction that you smash it. That's how much the energy glass would go that way. If somebody smashes my window this way, the glass would come in here. Because when you're smashing something, the kinetic energy is pushing whatever you're breaking to make your way through towards the other side. It's still riding that current of energy. It can't fight against it. So survived. He was covered in blood. He was barely alive to begin with, and they're accusing him of this mass murder crime because they couldn't justify any other reason. So he's sentenced to the amusement park from hell. If they would have just left it at that, I would have said, okay, it's definitely a horror. Because the rest of the classmates were dead. There was no other witnesses to back when there's no customers around and nobody else around. Because there's nobody that got you back. You know, it's fine. But yeah, that's my question too. How the hell did they not see it? I mean, you're floating, for God's sake. But they're like, oh, well, there's no witnesses. There were no proof. So they automatically assume he's guilty, which means that they just up and, that's the end of it. Remember from Time Force are barely any of the main cast, even, to be honest with you. I remember Time Force. I just don't remember much of the names of the cast members. But, I mean, if you ever want to catch, like, would have just left it at that where he has to fight for his life inside the prison amusement park, fine. I would have taken that. I would have taken that and said, okay, that's how we're going to do this. Fine. That works for me. But the fact that they up and pull this and go, oh, well, see, he's got this blood power, and he's going to use that blood power to fight in death games. What? I'd have to figure out who that one was. I honestly would have to figure out to remember who that one was. I don't remember who that one was. Like I said, I don't remember all the cast from Time Force. I just remember Time Force. But I think the weirdest part is there's clips of it. YouTube has them up. You can see it dubbed. It was dubbed and subbed. I will agree, premise-wise, that's a weird one. Hands down. It's a horror series for fucking sure. But it is weird as hell. Let's see, you're going off the list here. Okay. How about Paranoia Agent? That I watched one episode of it. One episode. Adult Swim had it on. It was like 2 a.m. I watched one episode of Paranoia Agent. It's basically about an elementary school kid. At least the episode that I saw, it's an elementary school kid that's going around beating people with a bat. It's freaking weird. There's a lot of weird anime out there. I'm not gonna lie about any of that, but I'm gonna go off of an actual site now instead of just a Google. I like how it goes from across the web. Yeah, let's check Comic Book Realm here, CBR. This is from June of this year. The 19 weirdest anime ever made and ranked. Oh, this should be freaking good. This should be fun. This is why I really wish I could get that to actually have a screen of it up, and that way everybody could see and could play along. I've got to work on that, unfortunately. But okay, so we got 19 of the weirdest anime ever made. They're all ranked, so let's yeah. All right, so number 19 is The Promised Neverland. No, I actually thought that was just from how it came across, I didn't think there was anything bad of it. Saga of Tanya. Was it Tanya the Evil? So it's an isekai. Spy X Family, I'll agree on. I'll agree that one was a little weird. Mostly because it feels like a really piss poor episode of Get Smart that I okayed this. I shouldn't have okayed this. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I've seen better. It's not bad. Cause you got that little girl. I never heard of 16, which is a Nichiro. Never heard of that. My Ordinary Life. Yeah, no. Cells at Work, I thought was really good. Kill la Kill was all right. Saint Young Men, I never really heard of. But there's like not a lot on this list that are weird either. A Punchline. Assassination Classroom. All right, that one I'll give them. That Assassination Classroom is a little weird. And mostly because you have the titular main character that does a lot of the jokes and a lot of the screwing around. He is, without a doubt, the weirdest, and that's the giant yellow squid-like creature. Speed, practically invulnerable, and he's got about a year left to live. The kids are told that they can kill him. These are all like troubled kids too. Like they are in like juvenile hall kids. They set out on a task to try to kill him. And they're failing miserably. They grow to start liking him as a teacher. He grows to start liking them as his students. And then they end up axing him at the end. A weird one. I won't lie about that. But, oh, holy crap. Let me look up who this Brit. Let me look up, but it's not ringing a bell. Okay, even looking at her picture, she's not ringing a bell. Like, seriously, I just Googled her and it is not ringing a bell. Like her face is not ringing a bell for me. I don't know how else to say that she's not ringing a bell for me. Yes, we Assassination series that honestly I feel like should not have been made, but was made. But that is a weird one. Hands down. Anybody ever see that one? It's like the Flash animation style in a way, but it is just really, really weird. Yeah, there are some other ones in this that I have not heard of. I was thinking about this when I heard of Pop Team freaking Epic. That, oh Lord, I don't even know where to begin with that. Who out there has actually seen Pop Team Epic? Has anybody seen that show? Anyone seen that show? I actually have seen an episode, so I can raise my hand up. Anybody seen that show? No? That is like the weirdest anime ever. I I couldn't even make it through. And the only reason why I watched an episode, I was watching, I think it was up, but I wanted to watch what was coming up next, which was I think Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, for me to say that is a weird series. That is a weird series. I thought that if I thought Battle Programmer Shirane was weird, I thought that man that is weird beyond weird, I'm afraid. Yeah, that show is weird, 100%, hands down. That is a weird show. But yeah. All right, so who out there has any other weird anime? I've talked for about 45 minutes on the ones that I was able to look up and that I kind of remembered. Any other weird anime out there that we know of? Not weird anime, any weird series, weird OVAs? I mean, I know of a couple weird OVAs. Not many, but I know of a couple, but not many, but a couple that I do know of. But yeah, it's that cloud out there is looking worse and worse as it gets, but anybody got any other weird series? Any other weird series? Any other weird anime series? Okay, this is kind of a weird one. It was Pokemon with kind of a weird one. It was Pokemon with food. Anybody remember fighting Foodons? Anyone remember that series? Fighting Foodons? Yeah, I did Bobobo already. That was before you got here, comment. I did Bobobo. 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 Yeah, I did that one. That is the weirdest. That I did Bobobo. This first time. Death Note. Yeah, I talked about Death Note. Dead Man Wonderland. All right, what other one was there? Now I don't remember what the other one was that I talked about. I think I pull that list back up again. Space Dandy. Bobobo. Yamada's First Time. Death Note. I talked about yeah. I had mentioned Gintama. I don't think I actually dove into it. I just remembered reading it. I remembered reading the I don't know that. Yeah, I remember reading Gintama when I had Shonen Jump. When I used to get the Shonen Jump print magazines, I was reading Gintama. That one, it felt weird to me, but I never could understand it to give it a decent, yes, it's weird, no, it's not sort of vibe to it. One Punch Man, though, yes, I will say that one is kind of weird. Mostly from the freaking aced all of the shit physically that he had to do for that hero exam. But they go, oh, no, you're... And the manga's just getting weirder and weirder as it goes. But it's a satire once it makes sense. But yeah, you had Fighting Foodons was definitely a weird series. It was Pokemon with food. It was on the Fox box. And that was the one I was talking about a while back. You could pull it up on Retro Crush. That's I thought it was Tubi, but no, it's Retro Crush. You can pull it up on that. That is a weird one. Because the main character Chase is as a chef. He creates fried ricer, which is a fried rice dish. You use a card to turn it to life. If your foodon's made of really horrible things, it will become evil. If it's petulant and putrid, it becomes evil. And he's trying to stop King Gorge. Yeah, it's freaking weird. That one I won't deny. That is weird. Oh, okay, wait. All right. So going off Foxbox here, how about Ultimate Muscle? How about Ultimate Muscle? The one that has the kid that basically has to use a technique called, quote, the butt buster. Called, quote, the butt buster. The butt buster. The entire thing is centered around wrestling, which is, and please don't take, but yeah, he uses the butt buster. That one was weird on the end of with the Fox box. That one was strange. I won't deny that. That one weird. A lot of weird ones back. But the problem is you can't pull them all up and you can't remember them all when you really need to. That's one of my problems. I can't remember them all. I do have bad memory sometimes, and that is something that I won't deny. I do have a bad memory. I'm gonna say, because I remember Ultimate Muscle was just weird. Brains, come on, brain function here. So you have $29.90. So you have $29.90. It was funny. I actually remember when I was a kid, I had this yellow box. I had it filled to the brim with bags of pennies, nickels, whatever pocket change I was finding digging around the floor at home. And I wanted to get the one Transformer. I wanted to get the Transmetal Megatron and Optimus figures. And my mom, they're like $16 a piece. My mom's like, do you remember tax? And I wasn't figuring tax. She's trying to get me to save like maybe about $25 in that box. And it was like a plastic box. I had like $25 in it. I'm sure you'll find it. I'm sure you'll find the 300th dime. Yeah, you are closer. You're one off of 300 dimes. And it's $30. What are you going to do with that $30? What are you going to do with that $30? You going to buy some DLC for a game? Not to sound insensitive, but like $30 doesn't really get much these days. I know that. You're great at math. Yeah. Well, I realize I'm doing it in my head. Then I realize all I have to do is just get into that and then realize that it's 2990. There's a decimal 2 spots up from the 0, so it's 2990. And 300 would be 30. I'm not that great at math, actually. But thank you. But I'm not that great at math. Last year we had to dip into that pretty heavily. In fact, it's pretty much all gone at this point. I have some change left, but not a crap ton. But we had to dig into that pretty head scammed out of that $2,000 last November. After I found out the day before that the bank was gonna took all my money and shoved me into the negative range, I was like, oh great, that's just what I freaking wanted. I'm spending an entire Wednesday counting up every coin we had left. I still have like a whole bunch of dollar coins, have enough money to get groceries that week, how we're going to pay for the groceries and everything else. And I counted up like just about $400 some. I looked at my mom and said, here, it's just about $400 some. I looked at my mom and said, here, I said, that's all we got left. It would have barely been enough for groceries. And I was so nervous because I had a job interview that Wednesday. That Thursday, I go for the physical, and I'm told, oh, yeah, because I lost out on a good paying job because of my blood pressure. But yeah, I built my change up. I did, because for the longest time, I always had like a lot of change. I was taking it to the Coinstars. And then I found out when I had my bank account with the one bank, oh, I can just take it there and I can waive the 30-cent fee because I do have an account with them. It's like, oh, cool. I can waive that stupid fee. Yeah, they did that for like 2 months. I go there the next time with a whole bunch of coins. They're like, it'd just be cheaper if you roll them up that we can just take them right away. Otherwise, you're going to be charged the 30 cents because this thing needs maintenance. I'm like, yeah, okay. Back to the Coinstar. I got a bunch of change when we had to check my one uncle into the psych ward and we had to start cleaning out his house. I made the comment. I said, well, since I got to do a lot of this, I said, hey, look, I literally found a giant water jug of coins. And I mean, like one of those that you would see in an office, like on top of the water cooler. I found one of those filled to the brim with coins. I was like, this is going in the car first. That was one of the first things I put in the car. Went through it, dumped them all out into trays. And I'm like, this is by far the stupidest thing I have been doing. And then I just thought, I'm like, I'm checking this to make sure they're all coins, going through everything. Yeah, it was that was back, I want to say in 2012. No, 2011. My uncle went crazy that October. Anyway, my mom got let go from her job in June. My uncle went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs that October. Like that September, October, he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And then we were cleaning out his place in that November. Yeah, sounds about right. Because my grandfather and I went in the one time to get the one ladder out that my grandfather wanted. And because I needed a ride in there, my mom had the car. I needed a ride in there to check on something to get the mail and everything. And I took my grandfather along. I'm like, yeah, I said, just walk in. I said, I want to show you this ladder anyway. We could probably get in your van. And we still have that ladder. It's a bright yellow ladder. We still have it. But my grandfather's like, this is how he was living. And I said, yep, this is how he was living. It's like, ugh. It sickened him. It freaking sickened him. I got a good one though yet for weird anime series. And this is one because that was the one that finally gave me the phrase for what I was at the time. I was a NEET. And for those of you that don't know, a NEET basically stands for not in education, employment, or training. You're an NEET. So basically you have no job, you're not in school, and you're not training. So you're an NEET, a NEET. It's not a good thing to be a NEET, apparently, but I remember putting that up on Facebook, and somebody was like, I'm like, yeah, I'm a NEET, EET, NEET. Not for a lack of trying to find a job at the time, though, but yeah. But there's just a lot of that one's definitely weird because that definitely showed you aspects of humanity that you really didn't want to see. Greed, corruption, stupidity, lust. It basically had like all the heavy, real weirdness of it with the Celestial movies. 2, to actually conclude the whole series. You can't just like conclude it. You have to watch 2 movies to conclude the whole damn thing, which I kind of find massively insulting and upsetting because the one is a pain in the ass to find. The other one's easy to track down. The one is a pain in the ass to track down, and it honestly pisses me off. Every single time pisses me off. Oh, cool. The ones. All right, so the one. For those of you out there wondering what I'm doing, I've been working on a video game playthrough on my Jessica Charms YouTube channel, and I did 2 recordings last night. I've been playing Golden Sun, so I'm working on getting those videos down from their massive file size, because the one was like almost 5 gigs. If it's like 3 hours long, it's almost 5 gigs, and I'm getting that down to like 800 or 400. I should say 400 megabytes. The one was about 2 gigs, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like 200 megabytes, I think. Yeah, 234. So that's not bad. I have the one from the week before. It's just about 2 hours. It's 278. And the one that was part 6, that was like almost 500. God knows what this one's going to be. Size-wise, but I had one on here that was like a little over 500. That was just massive, and oh god, it took an eternity and a freaking half to get uploaded onto YouTube. Dude, that was a oh, but yeah, this the hell's not that long of a damn. Oh, it's not that long of a damn. Oh, all right. To be fair, it is like 3 hours long. Okay, so that one's going to be a bit of a problem then. No, I guess I'm probably running processes. That's probably what's taking it. What's going to take it so long as it's reading on the back, all the processes running in the background and stuff, but it makes sense. But Jesus Christ, 4 hours. I don't plan to be up till 11 o'clock on this computer. Good God, no. I still have to do my Japanese lesson yet. Be up that late on this computer. Good God, no. Oh my God in heaven, no. I'm not going to be up here that late. But, yeah, anybody else got any weird anime series or anything? Anything at all? Yes, no? Unknowns? Unknown unknowns? Anybody got any questions for me? Ideas for next week's topic? I know there's at least 2 of you still here, because it says 2 here in my view thing. It still says 2, and I got my magic coin. I can take a guess on like I said, see, it's one of the many $50 I have sitting around here, but yeah, I'm willing to flip the coin. Take a guess to what to do next week. To talk about. Take a guess to what to do next week. To talk about. Anybody got any ideas? Any thoughts? Yes, no, maybe so. Don't leave me hanging here. Don't leave me hanging. Or I'll just put up a poll again. Everybody can vote on it like I did last week. I think I'll just do that. I'll put up a poll again. Because we did weirdest anime series this week. I think I'll keep the other 2 choices that I had on that poll. And then we'll just go off. I'll just pick another third one. But yeah, I guess I'll just call this then for this week, since everybody's kind of dropping off and I'm getting a little weary of that sky. So this sounds like a good spot to jump off for the week. But how about series from Shonen Jump? Well, series from Shonen Jump. All right, so specify what you mean by that. Are spoofs that are designed to be weird. Or is that something you'd like me to talk about next week, a series from Shonen Jump? I mean, I could do that. I could talk Yu-Gi-Oh! All in freaking night. Yeah, I can talk Yu-Gi-Oh! All night. You'd like for next week? Or you have like a weird series from Shonen Jump? Because like I said, some of those are parodies and are designed like they're parodies and they're spoofs, so they're designed to be weird. They're designed that way specifically. Series from Shonen Jump. Series from Shonen Jump. I'm trying to think of any of the weird ones. I figure Bobobo was a Shonen Jump series. That one was a weird one. There's like I said, you have to really specify. Okay, but all right. So all right, let me rephrase my rephrase. So you're saying, how about series from Shonen Jump? So you want me to talk about weird series from Shonen Jump or series from Shonen Jump? Because most of the anime, because I figure we talked about Bobobo. I never liked JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I thought that thing was stupid. To be completely honest with you. Dr. Stone I thought was pretty cool. That I thought was interesting. Them getting their asses in trouble for teaching children science, that's annoying to me because apparently parents got pissed off because their kids can imitate this stuff and they know how to make it. The thing is, it's called parental supervision. Keep your eye on your kids. It's sort of like the lady that wanted all the fidget spinners to be removed from store shelves because her 3-year-old choked on it. But yeah. The thing is, I never got into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I could never get into it. In fact, the Puzzles and Dragons did a collaboration with it. I hated it. I didn't even want to do the dungeon it was part of. I wanted nothing to do with it. It's like when it was done, I was happy. Dragons, it's a mobile game. Capone Alderaan, that's usually on here. He got me into it. They did a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure collaboration. I want to say like a few months ago they did that, and I just could not get into it. It was a series that I just felt was really weird. Oh, the 3-year-old choked. All right, so fidget spinners, you know how they have the little weight on them? Those 3 little weights that when you spin it, it keeps going, and the weights keep everything centralized. If you take one of those out, it goes off balance. So apparently a 3-year-old popped one of those out, which first off is physically difficult for somebody my age to do. And I've done it a couple of times to prove that. But apparently the 3-year-old popped that out, swallowed it, and started choking on it and had to be rushed to the ER. And the mom threw a fit about how fidget spinners are dangerous. They should have age ratings on them, which they did. We were selling them when I was working at Five Below. We were selling them. And it's the first thing I did the next morning when I got to work. We had them all in a giant freaking wheelbarrow. I go pick up one of them. I'm like, oh, look, 3 and up. No, I said 4. It's actually 4 and up. 4 and up. Like, they do have age ratings on them. What the hell is that lady's problem? I have to explain the whole thing there. But yeah, so the kid popped it out and started choking on it. So basically, if you look up a fidget spinner, it's got, I'll use, because I got 2 yellow ones. So the little weights on them, there's like 3 little black circles. They're weights. So when you spin it, it stays balanced. So what the 3-year-old did was pop one of those out, which I have had difficulty. 33 years old. And I had a difficult time popping that out. So there's no way a 3-year-old did that. Yeah, that was my point exactly. She just needed to keep an eye on her fucking kid. That was my point exactly. Because it's just basically, oh, well, I don't understand why my 3-year-old was choking on this. It's a hazard. It needs to be removed from shelves. No, keep an eye on your fucking kid. Why you let your 3-year-old get near this thing, I don't know. You gave it to your 3-year-old. She even admitted she gave it to the 3-year-old. You're asking for trouble, lady. I mean, it does have an age rating on the box. It did. I immediately looked at that the next morning. Yeah, it's got an age rating on it. The hell's that lady's problem? But she was persistent that it was that they all had to be removed from shelves. Like, it's $1. Like, we were selling them for $1. They're not going to get removed from shelves, lady. That's not happening. Oh, she was pissed about that. But I couldn't comprehend that either. How in the hell that kid choked on it. I remember touching upon that with the old podcast one week. How in the hell that kid choked on it. Because they had to basically do a lacerotomy, or they had to cut her throat open to get to it. And the mom was pissed. That's why she was demanding justification. She was demanding justice because that cost the hospital bill. I'm thinking to myself, you were dumb enough to let your kid get that. How in the hell? And I immediately brought up, because we had a couple busted ones at work, and somebody had said, because they were like missing the box, or somebody had taken the little caps off, took the spinner part out of it, so we couldn't sell it anymore. So it's sitting in the back in damages. So I literally pulled one out of the damages and said, okay, so this is the little part that the kid supposedly choked on. I said, watch me try to push this out. And I am literally going full force on this. Like my thumb and my arms, you can see them flexing. And I'm trying to push this thing out. I finally got it to pop out, and it shot out. It was not a simple, it popped out. It shot out. I said, here. I said, try it with one of the other ones. And I handed it right to the store manager. Now, she was older than I was. She couldn't even pop that out. I said, and this centerpiece, I said, you really got to push on these to get these to come out. I said, none of this stuff bullshit to me. And I swore I was going to die on that hill. That was BS to me. How in the hell she managed to pop that out? I demanded to know. Because I said, that's just not, it's not physically possible. It's not feasible how she managed to pop that out. It was not, there's no way. But she's like, oh, no, it's possible. I'm like, no, it's not. It's physically impossible for her to pop that out. It's not possible at all. There's no way. But yeah, so you want to talk about like Shonen Jump series. My Hero Academia is not that weird. It's actually really good. Gintama is strange, but I think it was designed to be that way. I have not actually seen Black Clover. Todoroki, the only thing I know of it is that crossover special. I don't even understand 90% of it, to be honest with you. Bobobo I nailed. Bleach is okay. Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, they're cult classics at this point. Dragon Ball is supposed to be humorously funny. Oh, Shonen Sunday. Yeah, Case Closed and all those other weird ones. Dr. Stone's good. Black Cat, I heard of. It's not one that I've actually watched. Death Note, I ripped apart already. Black Clover? No, I don't think I said Clover wrong. Because you also have Black Cat on there too. So you have Dr. Stone, Death Note, Black Cat, and above it you said Black Clover. Oh, Shonen Magazine, yeah. Well, there was Shonen Sunday also did do. Shonen Sunday also did do some kid ones that were designed more for children. But yeah, Shonen Jumps, that would be yeah, so Shonen Jump, well, basically those would just all be Shonen series. So Shonen would just be series that are designed for guys. Go for it. I went for website design. Worst mistake of my life. I got a friend out of the program. That's about all I got. That's honestly about all I got. Was a friend out of it. That was it. I didn't really get anything else but a friend. That was it. Yeah, I say go for it. If you want to go for design, go for it. For me, doing website design, because first off, you can't find a job with it. When I got out of school, and school claimed you'll claim you'll be job ready in 18 months. They were a for-profit education. They really could have given two shits about your education. They were a for-profit education. They said you'll be job ready. Went through the program, graduated, put out applications. Hey, I website design. They're like, oh, cool. So how many years have you been doing website design? Well, I only had about the 18 months that I was doing at school. They're like, no, you need at least 5 years for website design for us. That was the answer I was getting from every place, even for entry level. I was looking at catch 22. When you bring this up to the school and you said, oh, yeah, hey, you guys weren't exactly being truthful with your job rate in 18 months. They're like, oh, no. We said we would give you the job skills in 18 months. We never said you have it, unfortunately. And it was just the worst decision ever because I got student loans I got to pay on a degree that's worthless. I work at a grocery store. I don't even have a Canva. I use Canva. A little over a year. Simple design by Andrew. I also have some stuff that I've been putting up on Spring. So yeah, I use Canva. Except I use it a lot of fun. I have put a lot of fun stuff up. I've designed a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, I'd say Canva if you want a free website. Canva, Canva. It's actually one of the better ones. Well, we got anything else for this week here, or is that pretty much it? A lot of cool templates you can use. There are rules and regulations, though, if you want to try to make any money off of the stuff you design there. So long as you're using, at least the last that I heard, so long as you're using at least 4 different elements all at the same time and all in the same design, it's fine. If you're importing your own stuff, make sure you have make sure that it's royalty free. If you're using any of Canva's stuff, you have to combine elements together. Its entire purpose is their entire premise. So them getting rid of that will just doom them, not help them. Cool. For next week, they're common. Because I would have to go back through and look at all the monsters from Power Rangers to figure that out. I would actually have to look through all the monsters from Power Ranger seasons. I honestly, I would have to do that. Hey, but that's cool though, Ginger. I mostly just design things to try to put up on Etsy. So I have my Etsy shop, Simple Design by Andrew. I have a spring store that I have t-shirt designs up on. I've only sold 2 things on Etsy, and I've been open for just over a year. But yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I can do that though for a topic next week, Common, because like I said, I'd have to look through every single Power Rangers season to remember all the monsters. I would have to look through every single season because I don't have them all memorized off the top of my head. Honest to God, I don't, and I can have them up on my tablet, and I can hold my tablet around. But yeah, I could do that for next week. You know what? That sounds like a plan. That's what we'll do next week. Because I actually only have a 3-day work week this week. So I can do that Thursday while I'm sitting and watching TV with my mom. So that sounds like a plan. So that'll be next week's topic. We're going to talk about favorite monsters from each Power Rangers season. Or just from one season. We'll start better favorite Power Ranger monsters from the franchise. Let's just go from the franchise. Like your favorite ones from the franchise. Which monsters from Power Rangers did you like? Which ones really did it for you? Which ones did you kind of think were mediocre? That'll be next week's topic. I like that idea. That'll be next week's topic. All right. That's next week's topic. That's episode 21 is favorite monsters from the Power Rangers franchise. Should we include main cast villains in this or just like their monsters that they create? That'll be a good question. So let's so Common, this one was your idea. If you're still here. Can we include main villains like Zed, Rita, Goldar, or do we have to just be the monsters they create? You are good at coming up with ideas. I won't lie about that. You are good at that. Like I said, should we do can we include like the main villains or is it just the monsters that they create? So monsters that were created. Okay, so those are the rules for next week. Just the monsters that they created, so no main villains. So you can't pick Zed, Rita, Vile. It's got to be the monsters. I already have a couple on my list that I know off the top of my head from the franchise. We're just going to go the whole franchise, the whole Power Rangers franchise. Because there's one that I really do like because it's from my favorite 3-part episode. So, I'm going to have a field day. Thank you, Common. I'm going to have a field day with this one next Saturday. That's going to be our topic next Saturday is favorite monster favorite created monster from the Power Rangers franchise. That's what we're going to be talking about next Saturday on the worst podcast ever. I'm looking forward to this. I am now looking forward to this. Like I said, because I can go through the Ranger Wiki and I can get all the monsters that, like I said, because I only work 3-day work week this week, so I have a little extra time. That works out perfectly well. Thank you, Common. Thank you, Common. All right, folks, I'm going to bow out then for this week. Thank you all for hanging out. If you missed any of the podcasts, don't forget you can always pull it back up. Go to the live section here on my channel, and it's in there. I am working on putting all these on a playlist because I do have a, believe it or not, logo for this podcast. I actually did make one. I just have not gotten it up. It's on my tablet. I have not gotten it put on yet. I am working on that. But yes, I do have one. Later, Common, thank you for the idea and have a nice week, everybody. I will be back next week on the worst podcast ever. Bye, everybody. I'm bowing out. Have a good one.